Hey everybody, Merry Christmas! I'm going to be talking about all the books I want to get to before Christmas. I think that Christmas this year is very different for me. I feel like the whole holiday season has just been so weird. I literally just got married in like the beginning of October, like first weekend of October. So fall kind of hit me in the face because for all of September, I was just wedding planning, wedding planning, wedding planning. It was my whole entire life. And then come the next day, next couple of days, October like 7th, 8th, I was like, oh my God, I think it's October. But like you're still in like that honeymoon high, like you're still in like the I'm married phase. So like halfway through the month of October, I was like, oh my God, I should decorate for Halloween. And then I felt sad because I only had Halloween decorations up for like 2 weeks. So I kind of kept my fall stuff up throughout November until like the day after Thanksgiving. And now I feel like I have not had enough Christmas time. Because in my mind, I feel like we're still going towards Thanksgiving. I feel like in my mind, I am 2 weeks behind. I don't want to be like that cliche person that's like, Christmas doesn't feel like Christmas anymore. Christmas doesn't feel like Christmas anymore. Because it's definitely different. Because this is the first year I am not living at my parents' house for Christmas. Which, I mean, shout out to my mom because she made my Christmases like amazing. She would go all out literally up until last year on like gifts for me. Like it would always, like the night before Christmas would always feel like Christmas. So I don't know. Maybe Christmas Eve I'll be like, oh my God, I'm so excited. Christmas is tomorrow, but who knows? But anyway, I say all that to say I want to get more into the Christmas spirit. So I am picking out all the Christmas books I want to read. I want to do all the Christmas things. I want to bake more cookies. I want to I just want to be more in the Christmas spirit. Watch some Christmas movies. I feel like I always want to do stuff, but then I say it out loud and I'm like, do I really want to do that? Like, do I really want to dedicate like an hour and a half of my life to a Christmas movie? We're going to go through all the Christmas books I want to read in the next like 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks. Now, if you've seen my December TBR, you know I already have 2 on my list. But first one is Lovelight Farms by B.K. Borison. Now, let me take you through what it's about. This is 2 best friends fake date to reach their holiday happily ever after. In this first romantic comedy in the Lovelight series. I was about to say this is not the first romantic comedy. In the Lovelight series, which I'm guessing is B.K. Borison's Christmas series. A pasture of dead trees, a hostile takeover of the Santa barn by a family of raccoons, and a shipment that have mysteriously gone missing. Lovelight Farms is not the magical winter wonderland of Stella Bloom's dreams. In an effort to save the Christmas tree farm she's loved since she was a child, Stella enters a contest with Instagram famous influencer Evelyn St. James. With the added publicity and the $100,000 cash prize, Stella might just be able to save the farm from its financial woes. There's just one problem. To make the farm seem like a romantic destination for the holidays, she lied on her application and said she owned Lovelight Farms with her boyfriend. Only there is no boyfriend. Enter best friend, Luca Peters. He just stopped by for some hot chocolate and somehow got a farm and a serious girlfriend in the process. But fake dating his best friend might be the best Christmas present he's ever received. I feel like this one is pretty big in like the book talk, booktube, bookstagram community. I have not read it. I've heard that I don't think I've ever read a B.K. Borison book personally, which I'm changing that this year. I feel like I'm not really into the whole Hallmark book vibe of like the small town, the Christmas town. It just, to me, it's just not, it doesn't feel real. You know, it's like, oh, yeah, that town 100% is dedicated to Christmas all year round. No one at all gets sick of it at all. They don't have one off week. No. Like, you know, I don't know. But this one sounds pretty cute. I'm excited to read this one. All right, the next book in my list, again, if you saw my December TBR, you know I have this one picked out. The Christmas Swap by Talia Samuels. Margaret Murray is a newly single successful businesswoman with no interest in a cutesy seasonal romance after her breakup with her long-term girlfriend. Ben Gibson is an unlikely in-love sweetheart in need of a woman to bring home for the holidays. Together they make a pact. Margaret gets 2 blissful weeks away from London in a picture-perfect manner, and Ben gets a fake girlfriend for his holiday at home with his family. Upon arriving at the manor, Margaret meets Ben's sister Ellie, who is suspicious of the supposed relationship right from the start. Ellie intends to get to the bottom of their relationship, not being able to see how the two of them make them work as a couple. As Ellie and Margaret grow closer, will Ben and Margaret be able to keep the charade up, or will Margaret and Ellie risk the chance at something real? That sounds really cute. I feel like that's a good, that's like a cool concept, because like, oh my gosh, I'm fake dating her brother. I'm fake dating this one person, but I'm actually into their sister. That's kind of crazy. That's awkward. Imagine like the parents being like, what is going on? Can you imagine that? Like, this one actually does. I'm actually very excited to read this one. It's a sapphic romance. I think right now I'm putting this one over this one. This one is called The Christmas Cafe by Eliza Evans. Clumsy, earnest baker Sylvie West has worked at the Christmas Cafe in Silver Bells, Wyoming ever since her boozy eggnog fruitcake won the town's annual holiday bake-off. Her forever happy place, the cafe complements her sweet, well-ordered life with her roommates, recently widowed Gramps, and her yappy Chihuahua pug, Crumpet. So when Sylvie learns the cafe might be sold, she's determined to save it the only way she can, by getting the Holiday Channel crew to set a scene at the cafe. She's even met the film's charming lead actor, Royce, thanks to Crumpet's meddling. Between an unexpected acting gig, a booth at the Christmas festival, an appearance at the Christmas parade, and a budding romance with Royce, Sylvie has a lot on her plate. Good thing her old friend Gruff, yet reliable Abe, has just come home to manage his parents' goat farm, until she catches herself feeling a little too merry and bright in his presence. With some help from family friends Crumpet and the goat farmer down the way, Sylvie's plate might just be full of the sweetest treats she's ever had. That's funny. Didn't I just say that I don't like Hallmarky vibes in books? I mean, this book is less than 300 pages. So, you know, if it gets me in the Christmas spirit, I'll try it. I have it. I'll try it. Why not, right? Moving on to my Kindle Unlimited read. Let's see. The first one is called Snow Place Like Home by Laura Pavlov. And this is from the Amazon Original Stories collection. I feel like for the last 3 years or so, Amazon has put out like novellas of like original stories like on Christmas time that are like romances. So I love reading those because they go by so quickly. They're probably 50 to like 100 pages, depending on like which one it is, obviously. After a devastating breakup, a sunny veterinarian goes home to the mountains to lick her wounds and savor a holiday snack. At her brother's wedding, Goldie Jacobs brushes shoulders with Ace Bonniette, his childhood best friend turned Hollywood hotshot. Ace has been crushing on Goldie ever since high school, and seeing her again reminds him exactly why. They spend one toe-curling night together, then part ways expecting nothing more. But when those moments under the mistletoe felt so right, how can they ever let each other go? It's 57 pages, not a lot to commit to. So we'll see how that one is. Our next book is a short story. It's called Resting Scroogeface by Megan Quinn. After a bad breakup, Nola wants nothing to do with Christmas, especially in her quaint hometown of Bright Harbor, Maine. Infuriatingly charming and cheery, Nora's surroundings only worsen her sour mood. To make things worse, Caleb, the boy who broke her heart years ago, is all grown up and living in town. While doing her best to avoid him, Nola bumps into the local mailman, who gives her a mysterious letter. And when she finds that the writer is a fellow Scrooge, she can't help but feel her spirit lifting. Do I know how to read? Nola writes back to her new pen pal, who unbeknownst to Nola is none other than Caleb. When Caleb gets a response hand-delivered by the mailman, he's intrigued by the mystery sender. A friendly correspondence develops and quickly turns flirtatious. Although Nola and Caleb claim they can't stand each other, they can't deny the simmering attraction that brought them together in the first place. Can these nameless pen pals write their own love story, or will they be too caught up with the ghosts of their Christmas past to find a future together? Megan Quinn, all right, I read one of her Christmas books last year, How My Neighbor Stole Christmas. And let me tell you something. I Did not know if I would pick up another Megan Quinn book for as long as I live, because that was wild. One, I felt like it was just too long. I don't skim when I read. I feel like if I start skimming, I just DNF, because like, what's the point of skimming a book? Read it, like, you know what I mean? But I was skimming it, and I was reading it for my book club, so I was like, I have to get through it. I'm gonna try my best to push through it. That's the only way I'll like push through a book, is if it's for my book club, unless I genuinely cannot do it. There was this one scene that I didn't even know what I was reading until like I got to the end, and I was like, what the heck? Because again, I just was skimming, and then I read the end of it, and I was like, what the heck? You know who Tana Mongo is? Tana Mongo from YouTube, from social media. And you know that one video where she's like, me with a toothbrush? That video? That's what this reminds me of, except like Christmas time, and she liked it. People either love or hate her books. I know like the Bridesmaid series, people love. Maybe I'll give her another chance. I was just so bored. It was just not a good experience, in my opinion. But hey, maybe it's because it was a Christmas book, a 500-page Christmas book at that. So who knows? This next one is called A Rough Royal Christmas by Karen Schaller. It's so funny because in my mind, I'm a good reader, but like when I have to read out loud, Lord help me. Princess Ava's perfectly planned Christmas Eve charity gala erupts into chaos when she loses Stormy, the Queen's mischievous new border collie. With Christmas fast approaching, Ava must team up with Justin, a laid-back American dog trainer who's used to wrangling strays, not royal runaways. Sparks fly as Justin's rule-breaking free spirit clashes with Ava's determination to follow royal protocol. But when their search for Stormy takes them through glittering Christmas markets, festive holiday activities, and snowy winter wonderlands, an undeniable chemistry builds between them. The more time they spend together, the harder it is to fight their growing attraction. When duty and desire collide, Ava faces a choice that could change everything. That's cute. I feel like that's a cute one. Like, I love historical romance. I love royal romance. I just love the whole princess vibes of like romance books. Next one we're gonna talk about is Breakaway Christmas by Harley Storm. She's the boss. He's the bad boy Goldie who can't stand her. And one forbidden kiss changes everything. Cruz Navarro doesn't do relationships. He does highlight reels, sold out arenas, and keeping puck bunnies at arm's length. Puck bunnies? The last person he'd ever fall for? Scarlett Montgomery, the ice princess who just became his boss. She's a team owner's daughter, the new assistant GM with something to prove, the woman who's looked down on him since day one. She's also completely, devastatingly off limits. Scarlett has worked too hard to let anyone undermine her authority, especially not Cruz Navarro, the cocky goalie who makes her blood boil with a single smirk. She has rules, no personal relationships with players, no scandals, no distractions. Then they kiss at the Christmas party. It's supposed to be a mistake, one drunken moment they'll both forget, except neither of them can stop thinking about it, about each other, about what happens when the enemy becomes something far more dangerous. A secret relationship, stolen moments, the chemistry they can't deny. But in the brutal world of professional hockey, secrets don't stay buried. Her father would fire him to protect her reputation. The media would destroy her credibility. And loving each other could cost them everything they've worked for. Some rules are made to be broken. Some risks are worth taking. Some love stories are worth fighting for. Can they keep their hearts on ice? Or will this forbidden romance melt everything they've built? I'm not gonna lie, I'm into this one. There's only 6 reviews for it on Goodreads. So, a puck bunny? Is that what they're called? That's kind of crazy. Our next book is called Once Upon a Christmas Tree by Lulu Moore. It's so cute. I am obsessed with gingerbread. Like, have I ever had a gingerbread cookie? I don't think so. But like, have I had the gingerbread chai latte from Starbucks? Yes, and I love it. And that's why I'm obsessed with gingerbread. They're just so cute. They're so cute. They're just like this. You know? Alexander Lord Burlington hates the holidays, but duty calls. This year, he's willing to set his feelings aside for the sake of his eldest brother, who's just been left at the altar, sending shockwaves through British high society as they escape London for the snow-capped mountains of Aspen. However, it becomes obvious that Colorado in December wasn't the best place to go for someone who out-Grinches the Grinch. Haven Wilder has spent the last 4 years paying off debts her parents left when they died. Between working on her ranch or in her Christmas store and taking on every other job she can, there's been no time for fun. But if there's one thing guaranteed to put a smile on her face, it's the holidays and the annual gingerbread decorating competition. What she wasn't expecting was the tall, handsome stranger with the accent to die for, who hates Christmas. It's a gasp. It's a gasp, I gasp. It doesn't take long for Haven to start changing Alex's mind. It has nothing to do with her berry red lips and glossy caramel curls tumbling down her back, or her big doe eyes as green as the Christmas tree she's selling, or the way she fills out her jeans. None at all. Alexander will never not despise Christmas, but a fling with Haven Wilder might be just the thing to make it a little more bearable. That is, if he can leave her and their unforgettable connection behind. This actually sounds pretty good. I love royal high society. Next book I want to get to, it's called Mistletoe Meet Cute by Bella Matthews. Falling for my brother's teammate wasn't on my Christmas list. Neither was working for him. But here I am, nannying for Camden Monroe, Philly's star quarterback, single dad, and the grumpiest Grinch to ever fill out a pair of gray sweats. He should be the last man I want under my mistletoe. He's too old, too cocky, and too damn tempting. But one snowy night, one reckless touch, and one unforgettable kiss have me rethinking everything I thought I wanted. Suddenly, the holidays aren't about twinkle lights and tinsel. They're about stolen moments, secret touches, and the kind of Christmas chaos that feels way too good to resist. Maybe the best gifts don't come wrapped in pretty bows. Maybe they come with dirty grins, filthy mouths, and the power to make me forget every single reason why Camden doesn't belong at the top of my wish list. 'Tis the season. This book is 194 pages. I feel like that's a lot to put on a book of that short of a book. It says it's a single dad / nanny, grumpy Grinch / sunshine holiday romance. So we'll see. All right, the next book I want to get to is called Power Play Promises by Harley Storm. And this is one of 3 in the Frozen Crown Elite series. He needs a wife to secure his inheritance. She needs money to save her mother and build her dream. The solution? A contract marriage with an expiration date. The deal is simple. Knox Ashford, billionaire team owner, ice-cold negotiator, the man who dismissed me in an elevator 10 years ago, offers me $6 million to marry him for 1 year. No feelings, no complications, just business. I should say no. I should walk away from the man who once made me feel invisible. But $6 million pays off my mother's crushing medical debt. It funds the sports agency I've been building in borrowed office space and late night desperation. It gives me freedom I've never had. So I signed the contract. We'll fake date for the cameras, wed before Christmas, play the perfect couple for his dying grandfather, then divorce quietly after 12 months and go our separate ways. Except Knox isn't who I thought he was. Behind the billion-dollar empire is a man who makes me tea at midnight, who teaches me to cook pancakes, who looks at me like I'm the only person in the room, a man who's falling for me as hard as I'm falling for him. But our contract has an end date, and I spent 10 years building walls around my heart for a reason. Can a marriage that started as a lie become the realest thing in both of our lives? Or will the clock run out before we're brave enough to admit what we really want isn't money or inheritance? It's each other. This one, I think, just bumped up to the top of my list. That one sounds really cute. There's also 3 in this series. Wow. All right, the next book I want to get to is called My December Darling by Lauren Asher. Catalina, playing the part of my sister's maid of honor is easy, even if she's marrying my ex, but playing nice with the best man, an impossible task given our history. Sure, Luke Darling may be suspiciously kind, incredibly handsome, and stubborn to a fault, but regardless of how hard he tries to make me see otherwise, I'm not interested. It's on me to remind him that he's my ex-boyfriend's best friend and the one I'm secretly starting to wish I met first. Luke, my job as the best man is a simple one, except for one minor issue. I've spent so much time avoiding my best friend's ex that I didn't consider what could happen if I started craving Catalina Martinez's company instead. She is only in Lake Wisteria for the winter wedding, but her January departure date won't stop me from pursuing her. Getting her to date me would be nothing short of a Christmas miracle, but I'm determined to make her mine. 'Tis the season to fall in love, even if I'm the only one taking the risk. I love the whole oh my god, he's my ex's best friend, and we're all tied together and we have to be around each other. I feel like that's drama and I'm here for it. All right, the next book I want to get to is called Holiday Romance by Catherine Walsh. I feel like this one's making the book to book top rounds. She's meant to be catching flights, not catching feelings. Molly and Andrew are just trying to get home to Ireland for the holidays when a freak snowstorm grounds their flight. Nothing romantic has ever happened between them. They're friends, and that's all. But once a year for the last 10 years, Molly has spent 7 hours and 15 minutes sitting next to Andrew on the last flight before Christmas from Chicago to Dublin, drinking terrible airplane wine and catching up on each other's lives. In spite of all the ways the two friends are different, it's the holiday tradition neither of them has ever wanted to give up. Molly isn't that bothered by Christmas, but in yet another way, they're total opposites. Andrew is a full-on fanatic for the festive season, and she knows how much getting back to Ireland means to him. So instead of doing the same thing and just celebrating the holidays together in America, she does the stupid thing, the irrational thing. She vows to get him home, and in time for his mam's famous Christmas dinner. The clock is ticking, but Molly always has a plan. And as long as their highly specific combination of taxis, planes, boats, and trains all run on time, it can't possibly go wrong. What she doesn't know is that as the snow falls all over the city and over the heads of two friends who are sure they're not meant to be together, the universe might just have a plan of its own. This does sound really cute. And then my last book is my book club pick for the month of December. The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year by Ally Carter. The bridge is out, the phones are down, and the most famous mystery writer in the world just disappears out of a locked room 3 days before Christmas. Meet Maggie Chase and Ethan Wyatt. She's the new queen of the cozy mystery. He's Mr. Big Time Thriller guy. She hates his guts. He thinks her name is Marcy, no matter how many times she's told him otherwise. But when they both accept a cryptic invitation to attend a Christmas house party at the English estate of a reclusive fan, neither is expecting their host to be the most powerful author in the world, Eleanor Ashley, the Duchess of Death herself. That night, the weather turns, and the next morning, Eleanor is gone. She vanished from a locked room, and Maggie has to wonder, is Eleanor in danger, or is it all some kind of test? Is Ethan the competition, or is he the only person that snowbound mansion she can trust? As the snow gets deeper and the stakes get higher, every clue will bring Maggie and Ethan closer to the truth and each other. Because this Christmas, these two rivals are going to have to become allies, and maybe more, if they have any hope of saving Eleanor, assuming they don't kill each other first. I think that those are 12 books, which is crazy. Am I gonna read all 12? No. How am I gonna read? Maybe 3, maybe 4, but hey, girls gotta have options, right? And I hope that maybe you got some recommendations to read for Christmas time. All the ones I read off my iPad are on Kindle Unlimited. So, you want to look those up? You can. I feel like some of these might be on there as well. Don't quote me on that though. I'm not entirely sure. I want to get to these. I want to get in the Christmas spirit. I'm going to read these. Maybe I'll make a reading vlog out of reading these books for Christmas time, doing Christmas stuff. Who knows? All right. Well, this was fun. I had fun. And thanks for hanging out with me. You know,